Hola a todos, buenas noches. Otra vez hablamos de temas de inmigración porque hay muchas noticias y hay mucho miedo y preocupación ahorita en este tiempo. Yo estoy aquí para contestar sus preguntas en vivo ahorita específico para ustedes, para mis clientes y para algunas personas que quieren alguna dirección, alguna esperanza durante ese tiempo. Yo soy abogada de inmigración, mi nombre es Farakazi, estoy aquí para hablar y para contestar sus preguntas, pero también si usted necesita alguna consulta o necesita hablar conmigo personalmente, por favor llámenos a 630-504-0648. 630-504-0648. I am here again. I'm going to try to get on as often as possible. We usually do a show at 12 o'clock and then again at 8 or 9 p.m. And we let you know through our Facebook page. So if you are following me on TikTok, please be sure to also follow me on my Facebook page as well because you'll get a lot of up to date information on there. Hello, Rocio, ¿cómo está? Hello, Sergio. Hello, Feliciano. Just like always, siempre nosotros hablamos en español y en inglés. O si usted tiene alguna pregunta, dime ahorita. Nosotros podemos que hablar sobre temas de inmigración, temas de Trump, de administración, de esta nueva administración, algunas leyes, algunas preocupaciones, algunas dudas que usted tiene. Ahora es su tiempo para hablar conmigo, ¿sí? Este es un tiempo para mantener tranquilo y también que para preparar para todo también, ¿sí? Es tan importante para nosotros que hablamos de todas las soluciones y también las noticias que se ocurren en nuestra vida, en nuestro mundo. So I see a question coming in here. Brilliant Eco Solution says, if we both have DACA, can our child born this July, will they be a citizen? That is absolutely a fantastic question. And currently speaking, the reason why you're asking that is because an executive order was signed yesterday talking about birthright citizenship. Now, the thing that I want you to before I answer any questions or kind of give you my speculation about that, know that that executive order will be litigated in court, and so it's impossible for me to say right now at this exact moment what exactly is going to transpire with that order. Of course, I hope that it gets overturned, and I hope that they recognize that this is actually a 14th Amendment right that is given to anybody who is born here in the United States. And so it is very difficult to overturn or to amend an amendment, a constitutional amendment. So I will say that at the moment, um, if you both have DACA, that would mean that you are here legal status. You are not residents or citizens based on that birthright citizenship executive order. However, you are here lawfully. So I feel like this is like a gray area that we could kind of potentially work with. And I think that in any further litigation, it'll probably come up. And that is a question that might be coming up in the form of that litigation as well. So I wouldn't stress too much about it yet, but I would continue to follow my page because I will be addressing this and really getting to the root of this. I am a lawyer, so I look at the gray areas, I look at the exceptions, and there's a lot of room in that executive order um, for litigation and a lot of points that we can actually pull out from that executive order that simply are just impossible for them to defend. Okay. Um, let's see. Brilliant Eco Solutions. I think this one is a very difficult one. It's only difficult because we don't know exactly what's going to happen with the litigation. All right. I will say though, however, that if you have DACA currently, I would absolutely encourage you first to make sure that you renew it and keep renewing it. And also, if you could make sure that you try to get advanced parole if you're able to do so, it'll make things a lot easier in the future for you to be able to get your papers. Okay. Mary, ¿cómo está? Hola, hola a todos. Alberto, ¿cómo está? Muchísimas gracias. Todos de la Cruz, ¿cómo están? Ok, so hablamos de nuestras soluciones, pero también tengo un tópico específico ahorita. Es para ustedes que si tuve entrada ilegal y usted piense que no hay alguna manera en que usted podría calificar por alguna cosa, usted tiene soluciones en que puede arreglar sus papeles dentro del país. I have Justin here who says, "Is it safe to start a green card process through marriage?" Absolutely. Yes. Don't delay. I get this question constantly. Is it safe? Is it safe for me to start a process? If you qualify for an immigration solution, do it now. All right. Let's not wait another 4 years and then wait to see what the climate is going to be and what the world is going to look like, what changes are going to happen. Do them now. One of the reasons why, you know, an administration that is counter to immigrants is so successful in some ways is because their fair tactics work and allow for people to basically continue to cower in silence and in fear and be too scared to apply for their legally derived rights and solutions. And that is something that I want to be very clear about. And you'll see a lot of videos about this on this topic on my pages because I this is a fear tactic, you know, putting out executive orders, using these grandiose terms, having ICE trucks, and talking about ICE invading and raiding and all of those things. All of that is a way and designed specifically to silence our population, this undocumented immigrant population. And it's also designed to instill fear in you. And in many cases, for people to just kind of give up and say, oh, I'm just going to go back to my country, or I'm just going to continue to live in silence. I'm going to continue to live without my papers. But I'm going to tell you right now that if you have an immigration solution or you think you might, this is your time to give us a call, give an attorney a call, and to be able to then apply immediately. All right. Do not give in to that fear or to those tactics or those manipulations because there's so many other options and solutions that are available to you. And I can tell you right now that we already had a Trump administration. Remember, this is not our first time. And we had so much success and so many fantastic things happen under that administration. And it just makes the victory that much sweeter, doesn't it? Dave, my girlfriend has a valid EAD card with no criminal record. Should she be worried? It depends on what kind of case she has pending, but if she has a pending case, as I have said before, then she is in a lower priority for deportation. If you're concerned about that or you're not entirely sure what kind of case she has, feel free to give us a call. Our number is 630-504-0648. Let's see. I have a couple of other people that ask questions. Babita, I married a citizen. They reviewed my case and how long it would take for my I-130 to be approved. That is always a golden question. I-130s usually don't take that long, though, so it could be a few months. I have a VAWA case. Am I protected from ICE? If you have a pending case, like I said, you're in the lower priority. Keep proof of your case. Keep your receipts close to you. And keep your attorney's number with you at all times. And then also look at my old video. I just posted it today, actually, about all of your rights if you do encounter immigration. The top ones being silence, silence, silence. Please don't answer any questions and do not give any unnecessary information to ICE or to any law enforcement official. All right, let's see. Margarita, I came in 2001 and 2004 with a permit and VAWA. My son is 21. Can he help me get my green card? Oh, and a visa. And yeah, he can. And you absolutely should file it ASAP. Give us a call, 630-504-0648. Hassan, I have a pending asylum, but I have EAD and social security number. Am I illegal? You are not illegal. You are in the process, right? And you're in the process of getting your asylum case. So that means that you have a pending case that is going on. You are neither legal nor illegal. You're kind of in limbo at the moment. Hola, hola, Brandon, ¿cómo está? Muchísimas gracias a usted. Ok, so tenemos muchas preguntas sobre ICE y sobre sus derechos. Nosotros tenemos otros videos sobre este tópico también, pero recuerde que mi primer aviso siempre, mi consejo para usted, y silencio es su mejor amigo. Silencio es para usted. Usted necesita que mantener silencio siempre. No necesita abrir la puerta, no necesita hablar con ICE o inmigración en alguna manera. Ellos necesitan un warrant, un papel que está firmando del juez para entrar en su caso o su trabajo. ¿Ok? Si ellos no tienen eso y en realidad la mayoría de las encuestas, ellos no tienen ese papel, usted no necesita dejar entrar o no necesita que dar permiso para entrar en su casa. ¿Ok? Es tan importante también que usted aplica para alguna solución inmigrante ahorita, ahorita, ahorita. No espera más. Si usted tiene alguna solución, ahora es su tiempo. No esperas, por favor. Yo tengo una pregunta aquí. Hola, Marco, ¿cómo está? Hope for best. Absolutely. Please advise. What if there's a dismissed appeal for final removal order by judge, but you have an I-130 pending? I need to talk to you. Let's talk about that. 630-504-0648. Is there any possibilities after 2 deportations? Yeah, VAWA is a fantastic opportunity. So is a T visa and so is a U visa. I do them all the time. A lot of my clients have more than one deportation or they have multiple entries. Some of them have even been told that they have a permanent bar and yet they're able to get their work permit and they're able to get the approval of that visa. Let's see. What are you most worried of regarding overall rights in the next 4 years? YK, that's a fantastic question. What am I worried about? To be perfectly honest, my personality is a little bit different. I am ready to really stand up for this, stand up for rights and stand up for people's rights and stand up on behalf of my clients and stand up on behalf of myself as well. So I'm not particularly that worried. I mean, like I said, this isn't our first time at this rodeo, right? When we've done this before. He was president before, and yeah, it was a roller coaster and there was a lot of ups and downs. But also, I will tell you that I had some of my greatest victories in this firm, and I won cases that were like impossible to win under that administration, with judges who were impossible to persuade, and yet we were able to do it. And so I kind of, I look forward to the challenge. I will meet up with that challenge. What am I worried about? I'm not really worried about anything. I want to make sure that people are protected, and I am consistently coming onto these videos and onto these lives so that you guys are protected. One of the things that I really, really want to stress over and over again is that if you have any sort of a delicate kind of a situation in which you or your partner are undocumented and you fear, detention or deportation, please, please, please listen to the videos that I'm giving out and the solutions and the options that I'm giving to you. In particular, for every single person, regardless of your situation, you should have powers of attorney for property and healthcare in place. And you should also draft guardianship papers for your minor children so that if you are detained or you are deported, you have a trusted person who will pick them up from school and who will take care of your children during that time. And a lot of times I talk to people and they're like, oh, no, no, I don't want to give up my kids. Guardianship doesn't mean you're giving up your kids. It's specifically only for those purposes, for detention, for deportation, in the case of incapacity or an illness, or in death. Those are the circumstances. And so it doesn't mean that you're giving up your children by any way or that you're giving up on your family. In fact, you're protecting your family. And so I really strongly urge that you do that. So I guess my worry would be that people are not taking the proper steps to protect themselves, or they're allowing their fear to overcome their judgment. And that is something that I feel so very strongly about. I think that you have choices. You can either rule by fear or you can live with hope and possibility, but also pragmatism and reality. And I want you to live with the latter. And I want you to recognize that there are people, and there are people like me, but there are so many people all across the country who are willing and able and going to work every single morning and every single day, specifically so that you can get that opportunity. So trust that process as well. So I hope that answers your question. I hope that helps as well. Okay, let's see. In advance parole, if is an advance parole safe to do? I leave Wednesday to Mexico. Reply in English, please. Okay, thank you, Julia, for telling me, because like I said, I go between Spanish and English. All right, Julia, if you're worried about that, I would love to review your case just to make absolutely certain. The only things that make me wonder about that is, first, what is your reason for advanced parole? How long are you going for? And do you have any criminal history or anything that's in your past that you're a little bit concerned about? Generally speaking, though, advanced parole is safe for you to go. As long as we don't have a travel ban that is in place, I would, which we do not at the moment, I would go and then come back relatively quickly, not stay too long outside of the country. But again, I would love to review your case just to make sure. Our number is 630-504-0648. For those of you who do have advanced parole, generally speaking, I think it's a fantastic opportunity for you to be able to fix your papers later on. Pink person, I want to enter the military to get parole in place for parents. Do you think it will stay? Yes. I don't see any reason for it not to stay. In fact, I have read this project 2025 in great detail, and I've read a lot of the executive orders, and I've read a lot of the stuff that they're saying that might be coming in the future, and I haven't seen anything about military parole in place, so I don't think that would be a problem. Um, let's see. I'm going for 1 week and a clean record, Julia. Well, and that sounds great. And like I said, I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope that your future plans to fix your papers are also there, are also valid. Okay. Being in Chicago, have you heard of any raids coming? No, not yet. I've heard a lot of rumors. I've heard a lot of speculation. I've had people, there was just recently, just today, there was a lot of rumors that there were ICE trucks going around in Aurora, which is kind of relatively close to our office, but they turned out to be unfounded. There's a lot of misconception and misinformation out there. That does not mean that, of course, you shouldn't be ready and that you should be armed with the knowledge and the ability, but so far I have not heard of any raids. I also will say just a shout out to Chicago and to our Chicago public office and our mayor's office as well for continuing to stand their ground and insisting that Chicago is a sanctuary city, which I think is fantastic. Tom, stop misleading people. You can't do anything to help them. Fantastic, Tom. Thanks so much for sharing that, but that's actually not true. I have thousands and thousands of clients who would completely disagree with you and more than 25 years of experience that will tell you otherwise. I absolutely can help people. I have legal solutions available to me, and I have legal solutions for all immigrants that are available. And all that tells me from your comment is that you don't understand immigration law, nor do you understand really the ways of the world. So thanks so much for joining us, but you can leave. Okay, Invader Jim. My wife is DACA. I'm a U.S. citizen. My wife is due in a couple of months. Will the birthright affect us? You are a U.S. citizen, so no, it should not, because if you read the fine print of the birthright citizenship executive order, it specifically says that the father is a citizen, then the child is not affected by that. And I believe that is done because otherwise it would affect Trump's own son. Let's see. Okay. I believe we have quite a few people who are upset on here who just, feel the need to kind of make their own commentary, which is fine. You are welcome to do that. However, I'm also welcome to respond. So let's see. What else do we have? Okay. Is it safe to get advanced parole and go out to the country as a pending asylum seeker? Okay, that is an interesting question because asylum is a little different. And travel on asylum is tricky, particularly that you cannot travel back to your birth country. So I would have to review your asylum case, and then I would have to see how you got the advanced parole to be able to tell you, to be able to answer that correctly. Alex, hello. Alex says, my husband is DACA. What are my next steps now that we're married to get his papers? Let's get him situated. Let's find out if he can get advanced parole. And if he can't get advanced parole, let's figure out how we can do consular processing for him. Or if there is another solution for him, there might be other options as well. So I would absolutely love to talk to him or to you, Alex. Give our office a call at 630-504-0648. Hello, Humera. I see you as well. It's lovely to see you. Marco, ¿cómo está? Most of these are in English, so that's great. And, I've been posting a lot of videos on Spanish. Do you guys prefer that I do them in English, or you prefer kind of a mix? I feel like my Facebook audience is predominantly Spanish, and I actually love that most of our content is both in Spanish and English. But I feel like maybe in TikTok it's different. So you can tell me a little bit about that too, okay? Arceli, my sister's pregnant. Congratulations. She's due in May. Now her baby is not going to be a citizen. That depends again. Remember, Araceli, this is an executive order that will be litigated. That does not mean that that it is black and white at the moment. Okay, as long as we have this litigation going, you could still see citizenship for your niece or nephew. It's difficult for us to say, and honestly, this is such a kind of a crazy situation to be in. But I would stay tuned and I would keep on following our page for more information as we know with this litigation. As an asylum seeker pending, do I need to be afraid of deportation? Um, I will say the same thing that I say to every single person. I think you're on the lower end of the priority for deportation. So generally speaking, that is a good thing. If you are an asylum seeker and you have a pending case, you're already in the system. And so, my thinking, based on my analysis of what they're doing right now, is that that is very, very low on the priorities of deportation. Okay. Um, Same question. So, there are a lot of questions about asylum and if you should be afraid. I really don't think so because you have a pending case. Um, I have DACA. Can I get advanced parole if I had a deportation in 2001? Possibly, but you need to talk to an attorney. Please do not apply for this on your own. So give our office a call if you'd like our help. 630-504-0648. Jetty. Hola, yo soy I-22A. Hace meses aplica al permiso y al asilo, pero no me llega nada. Jedi, lo siento, pero este proceso se tarda mucho, mucho tiempo y es normal en realidad para que usted necesita esperar por más de unos meses, ¿sí? Si usted tiene alguna preocupación, yo puedo checar para usted también. Si usted quiere, usted puede llamar a nuestra oficina 630-504-0648. Usted tiene segunda corte, es ahora en marzo. Ok, so pudimos que hablar si usted quiere antes de este corte. No sé qué hacer. Ok, no se preocupa. Que necesita que hacer es que usted necesita que llamar a nuestra oficina, 630-504-0648 para hablar con usted directamente, ¿ok? Okay, Alex, what if my parents are here illegally? You have no rights. I hope they take them all. I have no idea what that means. Oh, I think I've confused things. Oh, wonderful. That's hope, faith, which is a misnomer, clearly, because this person has neither hope nor faith, has said, if you come here illegally, you have no rights, and I hope they take them all. What a fantastic thing for somebody with hope and faith to say to people, but absolutely not true. And we are not the least bit interested in your opinion. Alex, what if my parents are both illegal? I'm 23. Can I sponsor them? No history. Okay. A person who is here and is over the age of 21 can absolutely help their parents in a couple of different ways. And the the thing that you have to understand is that yes, the answer is that you can apply for your parents, but they have to do something called counselor processing. And in order for them to do counselor processing and qualify for a perdón, for a waiver for their time here that they've been undocumented, they have to either be married to a citizen or resident or have parents who are citizens or residents. If that is not the case, the other way that you can potentially help or that your parents could talk to me is if they are VAWA eligible, and then they could actually fix their papers here in the United States, or if they are T visa eligible, or they have been the victim of a crime and still qualify for a U visa as well. Those are a couple of examples. Give us a call and we can talk about it. 630-504-0648. All right, what else do we have? The number is 630-504-0648. How long is the VAWA visa taking? Approximately 2 to 3 years, but generally speaking, clients are getting their work permits within 6 to 8 months, maybe a little bit longer. Alejandro, I have DACA and I got my AP approved last week. Do you think it's safe to travel now? Same answer that I would give to the other person who asked me that too. I would have to do a review to make sure that you don't have any criminal history, how you got the AP approved, and for how long you were going for. But generally speaking, as long as there's no travel ban in place, which there isn't currently, I think you should be okay. I have an approved T visa and I already submitted the 485 form. What happens now? You just wait and you wait for all the goodness, and then you get your green card in your hand and you can celebrate with all of us. So, does this mean tourist visas are canceled as well as fiance visas? Not at the moment, not necessarily. Melina, have a green card, have a criminal record, and are currently going through a case for assault. So, I'm assuming a U visa. Will deportation happen if you have a pending case? Like I said, you are at the lower totem pole, the lower rung of the totem pole. And so I think you should be okay. I have my residency. How long will it take for my husband to get a work permit? Depends on how your husband applied. Did he apply through your residency as well? Generally speaking, I mean, the standard answer is 6 to 8 months, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's exactly how long it's going to take. So if you'd like me to review that again, please feel free to give us a call. Do you think that this will be any different from the first presidency? I think it's gonna be interesting. The first presidency, I think that the administration was still concerned about a reelection, and so maybe they were kind of pulling the punches a little bit. I fear potentially that this one there won't be that because there is no fear of a reelection, and so whatever they had tried to do or whatever was on their agenda, they'll probably try to push that in this presidency right now. Let's see. I have a couple other questions. I'm trying to read them. If I have AP for February, is it still safe to travel as long as there's no travel ban in place? I have an approved T visa. Could I be deported? Nope. You have an approved T visa, and that's fantastic news. That's a great way to be protected. Am I okay? I am. I actually am really great. Thank you so much for asking. That's so sweet of you. I'm great. I'm fine. I'm fired up and I'm ready, and this is what I live for. I mean, not that I like um I don't like chaos. I like to have calm. I like to have tranquility. I'm very mindful of that in my own personal life and in my professional life. However, I will say that I also believe in asserting our rights and also following things to the letter. And if there are legal solutions and there are legal rights available to us, I want to be able to avail those rights for my clients. So I'm good. Thank you for asking, Mel. Would you be able to recommend a lawyer in the city of Amarillo? If you want somebody specifically in Amarillo, probably not. But like I said, maybe you can give our office a call and ask us because we do have a list of referrals. However, I do work in all the states, and oddly enough, I have quite a few clients in Amarillo as well as other parts. So if that's something that you're interested in, give us a call. Okay, 630-504-0648. Let's see. Oh my gosh, there's so many questions. Um, Shamana, hello. Can you please tell us about green card? Will Trump stop applications for green cards as well? Not at the moment. I don't think so. Dave, just want to say thanks for all the advice. Everyone see and here says different things. That is true. And it's very hard for us to give advice in this kind of a form. First of all, questions are coming in at us really quickly. We're firing them at you, but we also don't know that much about your background. So it's difficult for us to give a complete answer. But I do my very best to give you very honest answers, but also to keep calm. You know how like in England or whatever, they have those signs and it always says like keep calm and carry on. That's my motto. Okay, keep calm and carry on. We can do this. We can absolutely do this. And it doesn't mean anything. Just because it's a challenge does not mean that it's impossible. And just because something seems impossible does not mean that it is so. We can absolutely overcome this. Let's see. Do you know California DACA AP AOS child over 21 years old petitions time process? California DACA AP AOS child. I don't know about the process specifically because the process varies. Generally speaking, an I-130 or an AOS, which is an adjustment of status, for those of you that don't know, like trying to get your green card. Generally speaking, it takes anywhere from 1 to 2 years, but it's very difficult for me to tell you about processing times. And honestly, I just refrain from even discussing them because it's impossible for us to know. Each one is a case by case basis, and now, especially under this new administration, it's entirely possible the processing times may change as well. Amo, how are you? What if I marry someone who came with a tourist visa and I'm a citizen? Go ahead and marry them. That's fantastic. And then you can actually help them and apply for their green card as well. Hola Guadalupe, ¿cómo está? Hola Santos, ¿cómo está? Hay muchas personas aquí. Um, oh, ok. Necesitamos que repitar mi número otra vez. 630-504-0648. I think they were asking for my number again. 630-504-0648. But also remember, guys, it's also in my page, okay? It's right on the very top of the profile as well. If I have a pending asylum decision, there's a lot of questions about this. I think I'm going to do a video about this. If I have a pending asylum decision with Social Security and a work permit, am I at risk and I have no criminal history? I'm going to tell you again, I think you're at the lower end of priority for deportation, so you should potentially be okay. Now, does that mean that immigration will not, come knocking? Does that mean that you will never encounter immigration, that you'll never have a problem with immigration? Maybe, maybe not. However, as long as you have proof that you have a pending case, that makes it much harder for them to just deport you outright, and it's a great way for you to be able to fight for your right to stay here. Anything else? Thank you to respond to my comment. I appreciate it. Of course, Shivana. I'm so happy to help. Let's see. We have so many questions here. Okay, what I'm getting from all of you guys is all this fear, right? Where am I located? I am personally located in Chicago. However, like I said, I literally have clients in every single state. The great thing about immigration is federal law, so I can practice anywhere. I was just telling people in my live this morning that I have some great clients that are in Alaska that have been talking to me just recently. I literally have clients in every single state, and I love it for that reason. So if that is a concern for you, give us a call, and we can always do a video phone call or a regular phone call as well. All right. Number again, 630-504-0648. Okay. I was born in the US, so now the 14th Amendment is being challenged. Should I be worried? No, because it's not retroactive. Okay, it's supposed to be for future births, and we've kind of answered that with some of the other people as well who were asking about that. But no, if you're already a citizen, you're a citizen. They're not taking away your citizenship. Can an asylum case be open again? Usually not. Well, it can be appealed. So depending on how long ago it was denied, it can be appealed. But also remember that you might actually qualify for a T visa, which is one of my favorite avenues for you, or potentially a U visa or a VAWA or something else. So consult with an attorney to find out if there's other solutions available to you. Just because you got one denial doesn't mean that you're denied from all immigration solutions. Do I need to wait? Can I still travel with a travel permit? I'm a green card holder. Yes, you can, as long as there's no travel ban. What about a limited term driver's license? Is that considered residency? Absolutely not. A residency is only with a green card. If you have a driver's license or a work permit or a travel permit, that doesn't mean that you're a green card holder. But hopefully you are looking into options to see how you can get that green card. All right, I was born in the US, so now that the 14th Amendment is being challenged, should I be worried? Oh no, we already answered that, and I told you that I don't think you should. I can keep, let's see, I can keep myself here. Absolutely, you belong here. You should stay here, okay? I have order removal. I'm a legal resident. I am appealing. Can they still come after me? Lily, let's talk, because I want to know a little bit more about that order of removal. The number is 630-504-0648. My asylum has been pending from 2023. How can I speed the process? Asylum cases take a very, very, very long time. If it's been pending from 2023, that's actually not that long at all. I have people that have been waiting more than 5 years for an asylum case to be heard. But usually what I do is I try to find other solutions for you that are much faster. So let's talk about that. Is it true that ICE is going to ask for passport? I have a green card and my ID proof. This is a very good question, actually, because my recommendation to you is as you're keeping your ID, try not to keep any ID that shows your country of origin. You do not have to give up your passport, and you do not need to show your passport to any single person, any law enforcement official, a police officer, or ICE. So, um, you can show your ID, and you do have to give your name to a police officer if they do like a traffic stop, but you don't have to talk about your country of origin at all. Let's see. Can ICE just stop people in their cars? They can. Sometimes ICE will work closely with the police, and that was something that was being fought here in Chicago, for example, where ICE was insisting that they wanted police cooperation. But shout out to Chicago that they refused to do that because they said that they were a sanctuary city, and so they refused to allow police to cooperate. But in other states, yeah, police do cooperate with ICE sometimes, and that makes our jobs a little bit harder and also makes things a little bit tougher for you. But remember that you can always keep an ID with you and keep your receipt with you. Memorize numbers of your family members and of your attorney. Always ask for an attorney. Keep silent. Do not answer any questions, and always ask for a detention hearing if it comes to that as well. Okay. um My case was denied. I'm a green card holder. I have an unresolved case I didn't know about. All right, so we should talk. Give us a call and let's talk about it. 630-504-0648. Okay. Okay, so can someone fix papers from someone that is a citizen and disabled if they help me all the time? I don't know if I understand that one. Mayra, los que están aprobados con con AP o DACA pueden salir y entrar de nuevo a los Estados Unidos. Si usted tiene un permiso de trabajo, por ejemplo, AP de Advanced Parole, sí, usted puede salir y puede entrar sin problema, pero necesita que revisar que no hay algún ban ahorita de viaje que ahorita nosotros no tenemos, ¿ok? Am, ¿Tiene otra pregunta? ¿Alguna persona? Tenemos muchas preguntas aquí. We've got a lot going on. Um, if someone is a permanent resident and they have a social security card and a driver's license, should they be okay? Yes, they should be okay. Just as long as you don't commit crimes or encounter police for one of those crimes. Do I need to wait to get my CBP FOIA before submitting AOS? I was brought here at 6 years old. That depends on if you think that you have some sort of criminal history or something that needs to be checked at the border. For example, if you were detained or if you were caught at the border, even as a child. It's generally speaking very good practice, and we do that in our firm all the time where we do FOIA first. And I actually really love getting those FOIAs, but depending on time constraints, sometimes you're not able to wait for those FOIA results. And so something that's kind of a decision call that your attorney can make for you. Okay. Okay, guys. Is it too late to file a waiver to remove a deportation order? Probably not, depending on what type of case you have or what type of pending case you have. I absolutely love filing waivers. They're kind of my specialty. I feel like they're like my secret sauce, and I'm really good at them. So if that's something that you want help with, give our office a call. I really love doing those. Okay, I have a parolee and I have permission to work. No crime. Should I be worried? Again, I would have to look at your case, but generally speaking, my response to everything is no, no, you shouldn't be worried yet, right? Let's try to solve your problems and then we worry. What did they say? Worry is the thief of joy, and worry, you can pray for an outcome, or you can worry and not get an outcome or something like that. I think I'm butchering it, but whatever it is, I think worry is kind of a waste of time a lot of times. I think what you need to do is prepare And so your answer should be, should I prepare? And my answer to that is yes. What about where am I located? I am located in Chicago, but I handle clients all over the country. So call us 630-504-0648. Do you recommend everyone to carry their green cards? Yes, if you've got a green card, carry it. Yep. What happens to children whose parents are deported? This is the reason why I cannot stress enough that you need to make guardianship papers. Please, please, please pick a trusted family member or a neighbor or a friend or anyone that you trust with your children in case you are to be deported or detained, so that somebody is taking care of your kids and will be able to pick up your kids from school and be able to take care of them during that time. All right. I appreciate all of you and I appreciate your time. I know how hard this time is. I cannot stress enough to you how much I am working to make sure that we have solutions available to you. I will continue to work hard to get those solutions for you. If there's anything more that I can do or particular topics that you want me to talk about, please, send me a message. I do read these messages. I do pay attention, and I do try to post videos and information regarding that. Again, TikTok has been up and down, and we have no idea what's going to happen in the future. So please go ahead and also check out my page on Facebook as well. There's so much information on there. It's fantastic information for all of you. The page is Kazi Law Offices, Qazi, and then Law Offices. You should also be able to find me just for my name, which is Farah Kazi. If you look at this TikTok page, follow these pages, follow Facebook, follow YouTube, and get all the answers that you want. Okay, this is not a time for you to worry. It's a time for you to prepare. And I am willing and able and ready and at your disposal to do that for you. Again, if you do want to talk to me, my number is 630-504-0648. Otra vez, el número es 630-504-0648. Soy abogada de inmigración. Mi nombre es Farah y estoy aquí para ustedes, para proteger a ustedes, para luchar y pelear para ustedes también. Gracias por su tiempo. Muchísimas gracias por todo y Dios le bendiga.